Welcome to another chapter of Stelmo's Rants and Raves. I'm Stelmo. Let's jump right in there. So I took a day or two off. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly our president is doing in regards to Iran. So the latest is he's pushing for peace between Lebanon and Israel. And those parties are seemingly in agreement. The problem, Mr. President, is you did not invite Hezbollah, the problem child, to the negotiations, and they want no part of your ceasefire, and they continue to attack Israel. Israel is the only country I know in the world that gets attacked, and yet the pressure is put on them to ceasefire. It's unbelievable. It is truly remarkable. And I cannot figure out our president. I really, really can't, because we are facing a economic Armageddon. It is coming. Inflation, I mean, come on, anyone who goes shopping out there, you know what's happening when you go into the stores. Things are not getting any cheaper. When you have to renew your insurance policies, they're taking huge jumps. I mean, people are tapped out. So they have limited income, and when, let's say, just the pound of ground beef, which is at ridiculous prices, there's just that much less they can buy. And this is a problem, and it's going to get far worse because of the inflation, because of this war, which is why you need to finish it. You need to get the Strait of Hormuz open. Several weeks ago, you told us it was going to happen, and then, of course, it didn't happen. And you keep saying one thing, and they keep making, it's really getting embarrassing now. And I know that the president, he seems to think he's got all the time in the world. He's going to be surprised with polling. He's going to be really surprised. He says he doesn't worry about the midterms, and I think he should be. Because if the Democrats do somehow take control of the House, it's impeachment city. And, they made clear what they're going to do. The only ones who haven't made clear as to the response is our president. But he continues to dilly-dally over there in the Middle East. More and more people are openly mocking this concept that there's a ceasefire, because both sides keep firing. And, the other day, you had one dead, 63 injured in Kuwait. Take out part of their civilian airport. Mr. President, God forbid Iran is able to send a missile barrage and really do catastrophic damage to some sort of infrastructure that's going to cause massive, massive problems over years of time. Well, it's all going to be on your hands, because you're in this silly ceasefire that's not a ceasefire. And look, I know you're privy to information that we're not. And all I know is this thing has been started, and it has to, the Strait of Hormuz must get opened up, period. No exceptions, get it opened up, because there's far more than oil. And all the oil people they're really, really, really starting to raise the alarm bells that there's limited gas in the pipeline. And here, sooner or later, it's going to start to be in a short supply. And then, of course, I guess Donald Trump's just going to surrender, because he can't get them to agree to a peace deal, because they don't want a peace deal. These are fundamental religious zealots. This was known going into this, or should have been known going into this. So it shouldn't be the problem that it is right now. But for whatever reason, it is what it is. And we continue to have these alleged negotiations. And during the negotiations, the Iranians are doing everything to embarrass the president and the country, and they're doing a very good job. A very good job. This does not bode well. Our enemies are now licking their chops when they see how this debacle is playing out. And don't kid yourself. Apparently the story is Trump got an assurance from Xi that he wouldn't be attacking Taiwan while Trump was president. Well, that was the promise then. I think he's looking at what happened here. And he's saying, wait a minute, this Donald Trump is not the same Donald Trump that we have been dealing with. This guy's, he doesn't want to fight a war. All he wants to be is the president of peace. And even though the other parties really don't want peace, he's trying to impose it on them. It's never going to happen. They'll just hold him out. And in the meantime, who's going to be the one suffering? The American citizen. Because they're going to be subjected to the increased inflation. Now, at a sake of fairness, I have to say that gas prices have come down now. It's below, in many spots, below $4 a gallon again. But this isn't over. And they're taking, various countries are taking oil out of their strategic reserves. And as the oil experts have said, time is running out on the reserves because soon there will be no more left. And, I don't see any good outcome here anytime soon for the American people. Here, Donald Trump was handed the golden opportunity, take out Iran and bring peace to the Middle East, and he's punted on it. Well, one last thing here for now. Soon we will be getting some new inflation data in, and I suspect it's not going to be good. It's going to be one of two things. It's either not going to be good, or it's going to be another phony number released by the government. People know what's going on in the economy. The economy is something you can't fool them on. And right now our economy is on fumes at best. And it's going to become more and more obvious as these days go on, as this, I don't know what to call it now, this perpetual ceasefire that's not really a ceasefire, because a ceasefire is, that's a word that has a definite definition, and what's happening there, the factual pattern out there does not coincide with the definition. So people are now starting to mock the president about the ceasefire, and it's going to get worse because, right now the people have seen some financial damage to their pocketbooks, but it's going to get exponentially worse. And, pay is one thing that's, people are pretty adamant on that, you start playing with their pay, and they could be your best ally, and they will soon be your best enemy. So that's just unfortunately how finance works. And it's going to keep getting worse for America. And you know what? I have this nagging thing in the back of my mind saying to myself, what if that is their intent? We keep hearing about a great reset of some nature. Well, any kind of reset is no reset as long as it carries over our substantial national debt. And so maybe they're going to crash the whole thing. Is what I'm thinking. I'm saying, no, that can't possibly be. But then again, I see so much other crazy stuff that nobody would have believed. 10, 20 years ago, they would have been incredulous to hear about what's going on in this country today. But with that, I wish you all well. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe. It is certainly a crazy world out there. It gets crazier by the day. Bye-bye.